Check, check, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, for recording purposes. If I can get your name, please.
Hi, I'm Luke Halla.
And the name of your new single is?
Don't Count Me Out.
Let's do this. Coming down in 3, 2, and 1. First, thank you so much for doing this interview. I'm going to say right off the top, I owe you an apology because for the last 2 years, we have been trying to do an interview together. You, magnificent artist,
Thank you.
I've seen you perform in so many different spots and venues and things like that. It took Canadian Music Week, the live, was it the live? I'm trying to think of what we're here tonight. The Industry Awards. Thank you so much. It took that to finally bring us together to do this. And you performed up there, didn't you?
I did. Yes, I did.
What was that like for you?
It was really fun. It was a good time, and it was nice to perform my debut single, in front of some new people.
We're going to talk about that, but one of the things I do want to talk about is that magnificent voice of yours. Where on earth did God turn around, and when did he decide you were going to be blessed with this?
When I was born. I think he blessed me with my mother and my father, and the genes carried on.
But did they turn around and go, what's going on here? Why is she sounding so damn good? Like, what was that like growing up and developing that beautiful, unique voice of yours?
I've always sung, but my parents, they also have always sung. I came from a Christian upbringing. My dad was a pastor when I was growing up, so I feel like I grew up around music in that way.
There's growing up in music, and then, like I said, there's coming up with some incredible talent, though. As you were growing up, were you mimicking some of the great artists like the Whitney Houstons and the Mariah Careys? Who were you, sort of following along with?
I feel like when I was younger, I was mimicking everyone. Your Aretha Franklin's, your Whitney's, like Celine Dion. I feel like I was really mimicking everyone, and then it took a long time for me to finally find my voice and to know who I was as Lou the artist.
But you said also that you were writing at the same time too. So were you actually writing music? Was this poetry for you that turned into music? How did that develop?
I've always written songs, but I don't think I realized I was writing songs until I realized people didn't do that, and that I was kind of a loser.
Did you think everybody was doing this?
Yeah, I was like, is that what people do for fun? You just stay at home and you write little songs? Then I realized no one else does that, so I guess I'm a songwriter. But it took a long time for me to actually reflect and realize that.
I'm going to jump in and go, okay, do you remember your first song that you wrote?
I remember one of them.
Okay.
Which was this one? I'm trying to remember the one from grade 6, but there's another one I'm going to think. Okay. Oh, I did remember. Okay, I remember the one. I remember the 11-year-old one. Okay. From above the sky, I was walking by just to say hello, but your door was closed. Baby, tell me, what is this? I called you yesterday, up to 1 o'clock. Still no answers. Baby, why you playing me? You know it's irritating me. Why can't you just tell the truth? Stop leaving me for a fool. Why you messing with my mind? You know it's got me hypnotized. Da 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 da.
Whoa. And how old were you when you did this?
I was 11.
Okay, I'm speechless, and I got goosebumps here. That was incredible. That is a hit. You realize that, right?
I don't know. Maybe we'll have to release all the old tunes out of nowhere.
I got a feeling you're going to need to do that. That was incredible. Oh my goodness. And you think it? No. That
writing has changed so much since then, but it was fun.
11 years old. That sounds like an adult song. I say that straight off the bat.
I thought I was a little adult in my mind. I don't know who Baby was, but in my mind he was real.
I love that. How do you think then, having such a unique song like that you say your writing style has changed?
I just feel like I evolved. I remember when I was younger, I wrote in a lot of metaphors. Mm-hmm. And then now I feel like I'm in a place where I really write about my real life and what's really going on with me. So it's more conversational mixed with some metaphors still, but not as many as before.
You are one of those people that, as much as there's that thing called YouTube live performances, you are out everywhere. Can you talk about some of the places and venues? I remember the one that you did. It was a celebration. It was in the Union subway station. Cardinal was basically the headliner host. You performed there too. You killed it. Like I said, you are everywhere.
Thank you. Yeah, I remember that one. That was for Music Counts. And I know most recently, 2 days ago, I did Rebel. I got to do the iHeartRadio Fan Fest. So that was cool to be on the same bill as Marshmello, Elijah Woods, and Jimmy Fine. Launch winners, which I really respect. So that was really cool. Just recently, I performed in London, UK, as well as in New York. So I'm just going around and just performing.
I like the way you just make it up. I was in London, New York, just doing the rounds. 11 years old, I'm writing hits and everything else, though, too. There's something very special about you, and there's something special going on here right now. Do you feel it? Do you see it?
Thank you. I feel like, when you've been working for something for so long and then things finally start happening, it's a good feeling because I feel like I've always seen this in myself, and now the world's starting to see it in myself, and I'm just so excited for what myself and my team are going to do.
Now, this is important because I talk to this about a lot of artists because, no matter how big they are and everything else, at some point there were always that point where they thought, well, maybe this isn't going to work, whether it was other people telling them. Where were the blocks for you before all of this sort of really started to flow? Because it's important for people to realize that no matter how hard it is and how much you think you might give up, don't, because these are the things that can happen.
I don't know if there was really an aha moment. I feel like I was just, ever since I was young, I was very stern. I was like, I'm going to be a singer. Nobody believed it. Everyone thought I was laughing. I remember a few months ago, an old friend of mine from elementary school, she sent me the yearbook picture, and it said near my graduating grade 6 photo that I'm going to be the next biggest singer. So that's always what was on my mind, but there were a million roadblocks along the way because it was hard dealing with this world where people made me feel like I wasn't going to be that just because I didn't look like the typical image that you see in the music industry, especially in closer to my genre of music. So there were a million roadblocks, but I remember being in grade 8 and singing for the Toronto Argonauts back then. And I feel like I've had a lot of special moments come into my life that reminded me that hey, it's going to happen, keep going no matter what other people are saying. And I remember when I worked as a server at a banquet hall and everybody was like, what is your plan B? And I was like, I don't have one. And they thought I was genuinely crazy. And I was like, I don't have a plan B. I'm going to be this. And my manager, she loved me. And she's like, I love you, but you need to have a plan B just in case things don't turn out. And it's kind of cool now that my song's been playing Canada-wide. So every single person in that building that still works there has heard it. And I'm making my dreams come true.
Yeah, I bet you they're also sending messages. Hey, remember me? I was your best friend.
A couple of those have come through.
There you go. We should talk about what is the song that is going nationwide?
The song is called DCMO, Don't Count Me Out.
What's the song about?
The song is literally about what I was saying. It is about having been counted out for so long because I'm this plus size woman, this black woman, and I'm in this industry. And I'm just putting out vulnerable music, and I feel like a lot of people just didn't think that I could be that person, or made me feel like there was no space for me, whether it was men or it was friends or people in the industry. Nobody wanted to claim me, so I decided to write a song to let the world know that this is my start, and don't count me out. I'm here.
How does it feel that you've created this type of a stage? Because you realize now you're a role model at the same time too.
It's a good feeling. I think just me being able to do what I'm doing right now, and just knowing that there will be other young women or even young men that never felt like they could do it or were always told that the door was closed for them. So to know that I'm kind of kicking down those doors and barriers and opening it up for them, I'm super excited for what the future holds.
Okay, well look, for us to follow along on this fantastic journey, social media is the place to go. Where do we go to follow you? Because I'm hoping that it ain't just one hit you got coming up here. There's got to be more coming up. EP, album, all these things. Is there an EP and album coming up?
There's music coming out very soon.
Okay. To get all of this, social media, where do we go?
You guys can all find me at I Go By Lou, IGOBY LU everywhere. Twitter, Instagram, find me there. Listen to my music, listen to my single. All streaming platforms, Lucala, LU space KALA. Hope you guys will enjoy the song.
And follow the journey. Thank you so much for doing this interview. Congratulations on having a great show over here. You are killing it here at CMW, but more importantly, you are killing it across this country and around the world. Looking forward to everything you're going to be doing in 2019 and 2020. Congratulations.
Amen. Thank you so, so much.